So let's do some examples of binary addition. We have to really understand how the actual addition process works before we can really tackle the circuits that we're going to be building. So let's look at this problem first. I've got here's this carries a weight of 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, and 32. So if I were to convert this into decimal, that would be a 1 plus a 2 plus an 8 plus a 32. You could put them in the opposite order. I sometimes like to work from right to left. When I add all of those numbers together, I get 43. And if I were to do this one, I'm going to get 1 plus 4 plus 16 is going to give me 21. And I know that 43 plus 21 is going to give me 64. So we should expect that the result is going to be 64, but let's do the addition. Now I got to erase this set of numbers here because that's where the carry results go. So I have 1 plus 1 gives me 2, but in binary, a 2 is a sum of 0 with a carry of 1. So 1, 0, but the carry is the 1. Then I have 1 plus 0. Well, that's 2 as well, so that's a 0, carry the 1. 1 plus 0 plus 1, that's a 0, carry the 1. 1 plus 1 plus 0, that's a 0, carry the 1. 1 plus 0 plus 1, well, that's a 0, carry the 1. And 1 plus 1 plus 0 is a 0, carry the 1. And the very last carry just comes down there. So this carries a weight of 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, and 64. And just as predicted, this does, in fact, give us 64 in decimal. So we've kind of verified that at least for this one problem, binary addition does give the correct result when you convert all of the numbers. Let's do another example. This time I'll go ahead and do the addition first. So let's do the addition. I've got 1 plus 0 gives me 1 with no carry. 0 plus 1 gives me 1, no carry. 0 plus 0 gives me 0 with no carry. 1 plus 0 gives me 1 with no carry. 0 plus 1 gives me 1, no carry. 1 plus 1 gives a 0 with a carry of 1. 1 plus 0 plus 1 gives me a 0 with a carry of 1. 1 plus 1 plus 1 gives me a 1 with a carry of 1, and the 1 comes down. Now, I'm pretty much pulling those out of my head pretty quickly, but if you struggle to do those quite as quickly, remember there are only 8 cases that you really have to keep in mind. You can always assume that the carry into the first bit is going to be a 0. So if you have those 8 cases, put them down on a piece of paper, and that way when you're referencing this, it'll be easy for you to do the work. Let's just quickly look at what these numbers correspond to. Well, that first number has a weight of 1, and this one has a weight of 2, and a weight of 4, and a weight of 8. So there's plus 8. This is a weight of 16, a weight of 32. So there's plus 32, a weight of 64, and a weight of 128. So when I add all of those numbers together, I get 169. And when I do this one, it's a weight of 1. There's a 2 plus 4, 8, 16 plus 32 plus 64 plus 128 gives me a total of 242. And if I add those two numbers together, I get 411. Let's see what I get if I convert the sum. This is going to give me a 1 plus a 2 plus an 8 plus a 16 plus a 128 plus a 256. And if you do that addition, you find that it does, in fact, equal 411. So there's the second example of binary arithmetic. Let's do one more, and then I think we'll be ready to actually look at the circuits. So here's 1 plus 0 gives me a 1 with no carry. 0 plus 1 is a 1, no carry. 0 plus 0 is a 0. 1 plus 0 is a 1. 0 plus 1 is a 1. 0 plus 1 is a 1. 1 plus 0 is a 1. 0 plus 0 is a 0. 0 plus 0 is a 0. 1 plus 0 is a 1. 0 plus 1 is a 1. 1 plus 1 is a 0 with a carry of 1, and then that carry comes down. If you would like, you can go ahead and do these conversions by hand, or when we get up to numbers this big, if you just type in this number and then say in decimal or convert binary to decimal, you can go into the internet and find out examples of doing this. It's a good skill to be able to do these by hand, but of course, as a professional engineer, you're going to have an internet connection available to you at all times, and your employers would prefer that you spend more time doing actual creative work than doing conversions from binary into decimal. And what we find is that the first number becomes 2,633. The second number is 3,122. When you add those in decimal, you get 5,755. And sure enough, that's what this result is equal to.